Musical Talk, the UK independent musical theatre podcast.
Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Musical Talk. We've had a bit of a hiatus. We've been away, so it's lovely to be back. Hello, Hannah, how are you?
Hello, Nick. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you very, very much. We want to talk about a very special thing that we were very kindly invited to. Only yesterday, upon the day of recording this episode, we went to have an afternoon tea, which is something we've never reviewed on this podcast before, but it was themed, I guess you could say.
Look, we're finally talking about one of my favourite topics.
Phantom of the Opera?
No, food.
Food. Yes, one of my favourite topics as well.
But no, it was very, very lovely and very grateful to have been invited to this.
Yes.
Phantom of the Opera afternoon tea, which was
a long time coming, you would think. And this is going to open up a wider discussion about kind of shows that do themed food and drinks, because I think it's certainly through the wonders of social media, I think things like this are becoming more and more popular, aren't they? You and I have just come back from a theme park trip to kind of experience lots of themed food and drink, which was wonderful. And it's nice that shows are kind of embracing this trend, would you say?
Yeah, I think, like you say, it's a long time coming, especially for something as typically classy as an afternoon tea, and especially because they are sort of becoming more popular, whether that's because of social media or whether that's just being that they're becoming more available to people. But yes, Phantom of the Opera themed afternoon tea, and it does make you wonder, why aren't there more musical themed afternoon teas? I mean, together previously we've done Alice in Wonderland ones, we've done Peter Pan afternoon tea, Winnie the Pooh afternoon tea.
All of which have musicals about them.
Exactly. And it does make you wonder. It's like, how has it taken this long for a musical to have a themed afternoon tea, considering that musical theatre in itself is very theatrical?
Yes.
So why? Yeah.
And so are afternoon teas.
So for the idea of a musical and an afternoon tea to be married together is kind of perfect.
We have to say it's not at the His Majesty's Theatre.
No.
It's kind of down the road at a place called the Sofitel in their Rose Lounge, which is a beautiful,
stunning,
perfect venue for it, really. It's not gothic or creepy. It's more living up to the Victorian...
If Dolores Umbridge was classy, I feel is the best way. If Dolores Umbridge and the Queen of Hearts had a design challenge together, I feel is...
For Cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
It would be that
painting the roses red and pink.
But it's also very akin to Phantom of the Opera because it does feature
the rose,
and it's you walk in and the first thing you hear is music. Interesting choice of music. There is, I think.
Now, being the world's best Andrew Lloyd Webber fan of his music, how did you find that, Nick?
Fine. It's because it's appropriate, and I'm all for places doing appropriate themed music. If they had a huge budget, I would love like a string quartet to be doing something, but I wouldn't see that happening.
Push the budget, but like you say, it was an interesting compilation of Andrew Lloyd Webber's.
It's just like the symphonic suite CD they have playing in the background,
and it was nice because it provided discussion around different. I mean, we started talking about his varied work rather than just Phantom of the Opera, which it's nice to have those talking points as well.
Yeah.
The table behind us did tell the server, by the way, this isn't from Phantom of the Opera, and we're going down that route. And I heard her say, thank you very much for the feedback. That's very kind of you. Any feedback is good feedback. And it was a bit like, okay, but just kind of embrace it for what it is,
it's nice,
okay, fine, it's Phantom of the Opera themed, and they do play Phantom of the Opera music.
They do.
Just alongside some of his other work.
It was Evita and Sunset Boulevard, which we discussed as well, which was lovely. I want to give, first of all, the waitress we had was absolutely
incredible,
divine. Her name was Ramone, and I just full credit to her. And if and when you go to this afternoon tea, which I do suggest you do, and you'll hear why, I do hope you get her or ask for her, because she is.
She was so excellent. So good.
I've never had a sommelier for tea before.
No, I know, and that I'm a big tea enthusiast. So to have a sommelier for tea, I was like, oh, okay.
It's a career change for you.
She was so good though. They had a wonderful tea menu and selection, and you could, as with many afternoon teas, but they really encouraged it here for you to try as many of the teas as possible. They were,
and I was worried that if I didn't like a tea, would I have to drink the whole pot so as not to annoy them? They're like, no, just change it whenever you want.
Change it whenever you want. Have a fresh pot whenever you want. Feel free to try any of our selection. And it was a huge selection of teas. Like, we're talking what you'd usually have as a usual drinks menu in a pub. They just had filled with teas, white teas, green teas, herbal teas, black teas, you name it, they had it. And yeah, it was brilliant to have her on hand to be able to let you know, okay, for the first course, these ones would work well. For the sweeter things, people preferred these. It was just lovely to have those suggestions.
Did you prefer to Phantom of the Opera as a play, though, which I thought was rather amusing, but you kind of forgive that because she's not there to be an expert on musicals.
No, but bless her. So personally, I've never seen the stage show or the film.
Lucky you, yeah. We will change that, though.
No, I know we will. And the thing is, but for me, as somebody, I thought it was quite interesting going in almost blind to this, because it didn't diminish the experience. I feel like I still had an incredible experience, and it's like she said, they're there to enhance your knowledge of the subject. So they're very much there to be enthusiastic and to get you enthusiastic as well. And I have to say, just because you don't know the piece back to front, left to right, up and down, it does not stop you from enjoying the experience. If you're going with somebody who's a big fan,
which were in the room with us as well.
Yeah, exactly. There were lots of people there for birthday parties, just because they liked anniversaries, all sorts. And it was just really nice. Some people were really enthusiastic, some people knew nothing. And it was just a lovely experience to see everybody enjoying this spectacle of an afternoon tea together.
And it's because Phantom is celebrating 40 years playing in the West End. And you get a beautiful menu, which they were very kindly to give to us to take home. And it's designed like an old opera program, as it's got the kind of, what would you call this? The thing down the middle that divides it in the centerfold.
What on my neck.
And it's embossed.
It's lovely.
It's beautifully done. But it says here, inspired by Gaston Leroux's 1910 novel Le Fantôme de l'Opéra, Andrew Webber's The Phantom of the Opera tells the story of a mysterious masked figure who lurks beneath the Paris Opera House, exercising a reign of terror over all who inhabit it. He falls madly in love with a young soprano, Christine Daae, and devotes himself to nurturing her extraordinary talents, employing all of the devious methods at his command. Phantom of the Opera has been seen by over 160 million people in 205 cities, 58 territories, and in 21 languages. And yet it's taken 40 years for a meal to be devoted to this.
It's crazy, isn't it?
As far as we know. And what's excellent about this is each course is like an act. Yeah,
so it's divided into 3 acts, and it's hard to kind of promote this without spoiling any of the
but all the words we can
surprises.
describe would not reveal anything, because
so I'll let you know the names of the acts. I feel is the best way. Split into 3 acts. Your menu, Act 1, the auction begins. So for us, that was the savouries.
Yeah, sandwiches.
Sandwiches and...
now, let's preface this by saying I'm not a vegetarian. You are a vegetarian, so we're covering all bases here. And they were brilliant, weren't they? Because you said to me, do they know I'm a vegetarian before we arrived? Usually they need like 24 hours in advance.
Which has been the case when I've booked previously. They do need time to know for any dietary requests, because it could be that you're celiac or it could be that you're a vegan, and things do need quite a bit of tweaking. But no, we told them on the day, and our waitress let us know.
We told them on arrival?
Yeah, on arrival. And she said, okay, and she brought over another menu, identical to the one that we have here. It's just inside was what I would be eating as opposed to Nick, and she checked me through. Could I have egg? Could I have this? I will say some of the desserts she told me did contain beef gelatin and things, so if you're the kind of vegetarian that can't have any kind of meat products, then yeah, that could be an issue, but they're probably going to negate that. But for me,
you were fine.
I was fine. So yes, Act 1, the auction begins for all your savouries. Act 2, Beneath the Opera House. So that is your first kind of sweet course. And then Act 3, The Masquerade's Ascent, is your final sweet treat. So a nice kind of...
And it's nice because sorry to interrupt, but it mirrors the structure of the show. So the show starts with kind of the prologue, which is the auction. Then obviously the famous moment in Act 1, excuse me, where you have the boat scene. And then Act 2 starts with the masquerade staircase. So it gives you all the famous visuals of the show.
Within each of the courses.
Yeah. And there was a lot of food. And you get a glass of champagne or a cocktail included, which I thought was wonderful because usually they'll charge
additionally
extra for that.
I mean, I had the rose cocktail.
You did, and you said this is a dangerous pink drink.
Very dangerous pink drink, but it was good. It's funny because you had the mocktails. They do their signature cocktail is the rose cocktail. They do a cocktail and a mocktail version of it. So available for anyone to enjoy. You really said you really liked your mocktail and didn't like mine with the alcohol in it. But yet I tasted yours and I thought yours was far too sweet for me. It was really interesting, but I thought mine was just dangerous juice. Yeah. So... interesting.
What had the Phantom put in it?
Champagne, I believe.
Yeah.
Champagne. But no.
Eric has good taste, doesn't he?
But no, it was...
He's called Eric, by the way.
Who is?
The Phantom.
Eric?
Yeah.
No.
Apparently. Eric, if it's French.
Stop it. That bloke Eric, what lives under the opera house, stop it. I am never going to see that. Eric!
Because in the novel of Love Never Dies, he's referred to as Eric.
That's hilarious. But that's Prince Eric.
There you go.
No.
It's not Prince Eric, though.
Good.
You could say it's Eric Cartman from South Park, but it isn't.
Oh, I'm never going to look at that in the same way again.
Yeah. So there's only so much we can say about it. The food is spectacular, and every single flourish of presentation the waitress, bless her, they have a script they have to stick to, telling you about each course, and then so it's very theatrical, and we love it for that. There is, I don't want to say there were pyrotechnics because there are, but there are kind of flourishes involved with the food.
Most definitely. And the thing is as well, I think for me it's the most visually spectacular afternoon tea I have ever been to. The way that the food is presented to you, the way that the food is designed in itself, it's delicious as well. I just think visually, oh gosh, it was so pretty.
Yeah.
So pretty.
And if you've seen our Instagram story, we did put pictures up, but they're probably gone now. But we'll
pop a post up as well. So,
but only look if you want to.
That's the thing. If you are intrigued and want to have a look, by all means do. But if you intend on going and don't want your surprise to be spoiled,
but let's talk about this, because I was sitting facing obviously a different direction to you, and you saw them kind of bringing everything out and preparing. I mean, obviously, it's not like you're given your own dining room, so you can't see what other people are having.
I saw other tables that had gotten a little bit before us, and they were being presented with Act 2 while we were still on Act 1, and then when we got to Act 2, they had Act 3. So, and we did take up our time with it as well. I will say we were there for nearly 3 hours. Yeah. We definitely paced ourselves. All the tea we could drink. It was just a very relaxed atmosphere. It was lovely. And it was interesting to see the way that things were presented.
Would you rather you didn't and it just was a complete surprise?
No, it was fine, because I still think that for your table, it's still such a treat when things are presented to you.
Me.
Yeah, exactly. And I will say, as much as when your scones arrive in a lantern...
Yep. It's pretty unique and very theatrical.
And you have your own lantern to your table. I will give that little tidbit away, because I feel like...
It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. Scones are with every cream tea, an afternoon tea. And the lanterns are iconic as part of the show as well. So to have your scones arrive warm in a lantern,
Very nice scones. You haven't had any yet.
I haven't. They were very kind, and they've boxed it all up and let us bring it home because there was an exceptional. There was an exceptional amount of food there, which I couldn't quite polish off on the day. So we do have a few sweet treats to tuck into this evening as well. But yeah, even the little keepsake gifts they present to you to bring home as a memory as well. It's so well thought out.
And I wonder,
loved it.
I wonder if it was. I know the pastry chef at the hotel, and this is a very luxury 5-star 1920s hotel right off Trafalgar Square. So I know their pastry chef designed everything for this, but was it done in partnership with like LW Theatres and Cameron and Andrew and stuff? It'd be interesting to know more. But it's just a lovely way if you've just seen the show, you can go and have tea because it's right round the corner from the theatre. Or if you're seeing the show in the evening, you can pop in and have it before. You might fall asleep after eating it. But
celebrating an occasion, like we said, there were birthdays, there were anniversaries, and there were just people there who were there because it was something different. I think it's such a unique experience brought to the West End linking to theatre. And I mean, I know that there are some afternoon teas. For example, at the Drury Lane they do an afternoon tea, but it's not a Hercules themed afternoon tea. If it were, I would go. But would I go for an afternoon tea at the Drury Lane just because it's in a theatre? No.
They do a lovely afternoon tea, and you get the cutlery is all historically linked to the theatre. So you get kind of china plates with all the from famous characters from
no, just theme the tea.
But you want a Disney Hercules tea.
That's great. I love
tea.
that. It's like when we went to Ashdown Forest and we had the Winnie the Pooh afternoon tea. Everything was presented on vintage and historic Winnie the Pooh china and cutlery and everything. It was lovely, and I thought it was really sweet. But it was a lovely addition to a themed afternoon tea. I don't just want to go to the Drury Lane to have an afternoon tea. Even when I went to the Science Museum and had an afternoon tea there, it was still themed to science. Rocket biscuits, your jelly in a petri dish. You know, like it was all fun, unique things. And there are so many unique shows that could have incredible, unique afternoon teas. And people would go.
Exactly. Though you could say that, okay, so this tea costs £80 each, and that is it. That is the price you pay. You can order more champagne if you want, but you get a champagne or cocktail included. If you forked out £180 for a show, would you fork out another £80+ for an afternoon tea?
I think that's very dependent on the individual and their situation. Some people might enjoy theatre, have seen Phantom and not really want to see the show again, but enjoy the experience enough to want to go to something like this themed to it. Somebody might have seen Les Mis and been like, the show was okay, but to have a kind of themed experience around it, I'll go to that. And what was nice about this one as well is there were costumes there and props there from the team at Phantom.
And this goes back to an idea I had years ago. I know we've lost the theatre diner recently, but we need it's such a 90s idea, but the Planet Hollywood, but done for musicals.
I know. We have Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
Why can't we have more of the West End of London, for crying out loud?
I want to go into a restaurant and I want to have the helicopter from Miss Saigon ascend every 20 minutes or something and kind of...
Or at least just the sound effects of it.
Yeah, but have real set pieces from shows on display. So blend it with a museum like this did. Have the costumes, have... candles and have the Phantom room, have the Les Mis room, have the Wicked room, and
could you just imagine, for example, a Mary Poppins themed tea, okay, and you could have parrot head, little thing,
penguins serving you,
not even penguins, but you could have like a penguin not just like a penguin with a joke on, but like a penguin biscuit or cupcake. You could have different tea, the Jolly Holiday tea. There could be all
chimney sweep pastries or something.
Yeah, there could be all
Yeah.
sorts, and it could just be so imaginative. And when you think, I mean, I said this to you yesterday, especially after just coming back from Florida with Walt Disney World and Universal and everything there is so themed, and Disney isn't shy to make money from anything. And we were saying about their popcorn buckets and their drink cups and everything. It's all so well themed.
We haven't grasped onto that yet. Here,
And
have
yet
we?
here, it's almost like they don't want to delve into that market because they own so many property. You know, look at their licensing for Mary Poppins.
But they don't own the theatre. That's the problem.
I know they don't own the theatre, but they own the licensing to those brands. So
Yeah.
you look at Hercules, or you look at
Lion
Frozen,
King, yeah.
or Lion King. An afternoon tea themed to any of those would definitely attract a market. And I do find it really interesting that it's taken this long for Phantom to be the kind of first one to do it.
As far as we're concerned.
As far as we're aware. I mean, we were even
I
just...
know there's been wicked afternoon teas, I think.
Oh, that'd be cute.
And
But did that happen before, or did that just happen with the popularity of the film?
before the film, I seem
okay.
to remember. But
we were even discussing the whole thing of Frozen about, okay, fine, Disney don't own the theatre, but you could have had things like Olaf's ice creams or themed treats and
the
ice
biggest-
cream and things.
It's not a musical, but the biggest, and I haven't been back for a while to see it, and again we will, but the biggest confusing thing for me is, as someone who has just come back from Orlando and Universal Studios and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, there is a play in London that has a massive gap in the middle. Mm-hmm. Where is the Harry Potter afternoon tea?
Where is the butterbeer bar to go and get butterbeer in
Exactly.
between the shows? I know. And it's just
The amount of food that this brand has created, and I don't know if it's exclusive to Universal, I don't know if the studio tour sells the same food. I know they do butterbeer.
I don't know if it's the same recipe or a slightly different one, but even so, the fact that there's this whole fictional world and none of it...
Chocolate frog tea or something, or I don't know, but it just seems a very weird missed opportunity. And I know opportunity, yes, themed food and drink is becoming even more popular now, and dare I say the word, even though it makes me repulsed to say it, immersive, is a big thing because of social media.
I know, and the thing, but I know that we've had the conversation on the podcast before where we went to the Witches and I wanted the themed cocktail to the show.
Formula 86.
Yeah, and we don't have it. We stopped doing that now. I'm like,
You haven't opened yet.
you actually haven't opened and you're still in previews.
Yeah.
Oh, we've stopped doing that now. You're advertising it in the programme. And I have to say, the only place that I've been to that's had a themed cocktail was Little Shop of Horrors on tour.
We could do them as well.
Okay. But where was that when I went there? You know? We went there a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Didn't see one.
Remember the little Shop of Horrors has, I mean, any excuse for a green drink. I mean, that's all it is really. It's
Where are they at Moulin Rouge?
I think they're there, but it's like, oh yeah, Christine's what's he called in Moulin Rouge, the bloke? I can't remember, but his Christian's cocktail. I'll just call it that, and it'll just be like a martini or something.
See,
there's no kind of real.
There's no creativity
Where are
behind
the cups? Where are the, like on Broadway? They will charge you a fortune for a drink, but at least you get a kind of
souvenir
sippy
themed
cup to
cup.
get it in.
I mean, I know that Hercules are doing themed cocktails now, aren't they?
Yeah.
So at least they're kind of branching out a little bit, but it just seems like such an untapped market by theatre. I find it really interesting that they're all about theatricality, and you go and there's...
I mean, you brought up a wonderful thing about Oliver could have its own glorious food
I know.
tea with gruel.
Gruel. Or, you know, you said there was a Beauty and the Beast one. Great stuff. It's delicious.
Yeah.
What's that? You know? I had it in Orlando.
You did. Was it delicious?
It was.
Yeah. It's very bizarre, and it's something I'd like to see more of. And hopefully this new Phantom one will be excellent. It's running until the 31st of March, so you've got a good amount of time to get out and try
I
it.
would definitely go and try it.
And you said it's great for anyone who loves musicals, teas.
Yeah, if you like teas, go and enjoy it, because it's It's unlike any other afternoon tea I've ever done. It was just done on a scale that was mind-blowing.
And try their signature blend as well.
Oh my goodness, the signature blend of tea is one of the best things I've ever tried in my life. She said it's number one on the list for a reason.
Yeah.
It's a blend of tea specifically made for the Rose Room at the hotel. And it was so good. It was so good.
And multiple people were asking,
where can I buy this tea?
Can we buy this tea? And she went, sorry, it's made for us. But then she was very kind and she went out and bought back for us and another table 2 bags of it.
I know.
It was so sweet of her. So,
and she said to us, she was like, for the bits you're taking home, you can have this to enjoy alongside it. So very, very kind. There was also a really nice white tea that was apricot infused. That was so good. And you had the milky oolong, didn't you?
Yes, it was lovely.
That you said was beautiful. And I had, one of the digestion teas that they had as well. It was a lavender tea. Soothe, that was it, a lavender tea. Oh, divine. I could have just sat there and trialed all the teas all day.
And it's interesting because I'd never had an afternoon tea where you get a cake before the cakes.
I know. I thought that was a really interesting. It's kind of like the starter cake.
Yeah, it's an amuse-bouche cake. And it's amazing. It's a vanilla and rose mousse with raspberry confit, accompanied by a stunning dark chocolate painted mask. Mm-hmm. I don't like dark chocolate, but you do, and it's it was the most solid thing you've ever.
Chunky.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a tiny bit of flaky dark chocolate. It was a slab of 60% dark chocolate. Oof, stunning. Oh.
And the third course comes with cakes such as a dark chocolate mousse tonka bean cremo sphere on a cocoa sable.
Oof.
Whatever that is.
I'm yet to have mine.
Me too. I won't be having it. But
what I did like about that is I don't think we're giving too much away. Each of the cakes on that last course act, however you want to put it, were themed to a different character.
Yeah.
And
I
thought,
where they're standing on the staircase in the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So a lot of time, effort, thought and detail has gone on into this tea. It's incredible. And that's why it really is so elevated to anything else I've ever tried.
And also another dessert includes a Granny Smith apple, spiced caramel and vanilla mousse tart.
I'm yet to try that one, but you had it, didn't you?
I said we should have done this live taste testing.
I know, we should have.
Go and get the bag.
No, it doesn't do too well on podcast. I said we need to film. We need to film this.
We can actually. And also get a mango, passion fruit and coconut opera cake on a vanilla sable and a cherry and mascarpone roll on a lemon sable is biscuit we've worked out.
Yes, it was a little shortbread biscuit.
Accompanied by freshly baked cranberry and plain scones served with the Rose Lounge signature strawberry and rose jam and Cornish clotted cream.
Oh, it's so good. Go. Whatever you're doing, make plans. Go to this afternoon tea because it was one of the most incredible things. I'm not even going to subliminally try this. I'm just going to outright say,
we're not being subtle in this episode.
I'm not. No, there's no subtlety for this afternoon tea. Go, please do.
And pre-book, because don't be like the couple that turned up on the door.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, just said, can we come in? It's like, no, you have to pre-book.
Which is fair enough. But also, they really said that this is a delight for the visual senses as well as the taste buds, which I 100% agree with.
Yeah, it says here, we're delighted you could join us to celebrate the Phantom of the Opera, one of the world's most popular and beautiful musicals. This special afternoon tea will be a sensory symphony of sweet and savoury treats, expertly crafted by esteemed pastry chef Leric Kehello. As the story unfolds...
Eric?
Leric. Maybe it's the Phantom.
It is. Eric.
Let Eric. As the story unfolds, let flavour guide your imagination, for every ingredient holds a secret sweeter and stranger than you dreamt it. And that's it. That's our thoughts on spectacular Phantom of the Opera afternoon tea.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. The detail was stunning. The flavours, incredible. Attention to detail, 10 out of 10. I can't praise it enough.
Yeah.
100% the best.
We didn't want to leave,
tea.
did we?
No, I just wanted to sit there and keep drinking tea.
And we weren't pressured to leave either.
No, they were more than happy for us to stay there as long as we wanted. And it was just a wonderful experience. Highly, highly recommend it. And thank you once again to the team for inviting us along because it was incredible. And I feel very honoured and very lucky to have been able to experience it.
I ended it saying, this makes me want to see Phantom.
It's almost like that's the point, darling.
So that'll be our next discussion, I think.
What, going and seeing Phantom?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll book now. Thank you very much for listening to this week's episode of Musical Talk. We shall be back soon. Until then, have a lovely week. Enjoy the tea if you do go. And
let us know as well. Let us know your thoughts. And let us know your thoughts as well on afternoon teas, shows you'd like to see themed to an afternoon tea.
Yeah, she's a poet. She doesn't realise it. Thank you very much for listening. See you soon.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Musical Talk. To find out more about the world of Musical Talk, you can visit our website at musicaltalk.co.uk, where you'll find all our episodes, or you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Musical Talk.